All right. If you guys would, please find your textbooks. And we're going to be in section 12.2. And it looks like we're going to be on page 728. All right, so on page 728, we're going to take a look over here at this dot plot, or we're going to create one action. But we're going to see how many blogs do you read. So Mr. Camacho is planning a trip to museum in Washington, D.C. A major media company promises to pay the expenses of the trip just as long as each student reads 10 blogs in 1 month. As an added bonus, the media company will offer either all the girls or all the boys a gift certificate for $100 each to use at the museum gift shop once they determine which group consistently reads blogs regularly throughout the month. The media company is not determining which group reads the most total blogs in 1 month. If each group consistently reads the same amount of blogs, then they will continue with which group reads the most total blogs in a month. The blog reading results are shown in the table. Okay, so it looks like G stands for girls, B stands for boys, and I have my set of students below. Okay, so if I look at the next problem here, let it filter out. All right, so display the results on a dot plot. Use O's to represent the boys, so O for boys, and use X to represent the girls. So I'm going to also use a different color here. So let's go orange. I think that's 2 different colors. Yep. All right, and I'm going to use O's to represent boys and X to represent the girls. All right, so I've got my other page here. So let's see. Susie, girl at 50, so that's an X for Sue. George or Jorge at 20, and he's a boy, so an O. Alex, that's a boy, he's at 30. Maria, she's at 100, she's a girl. Tamika, 60, girl. Sarah, 80, girl. Beth, 60, girl. Sam, 10, boy. Eric, 30, boy. Marcus, 40, boy. Carla, 70, girl. Ben, 30, boy. Will, 40, boy. Yasmin, 70, girl. Paulos, 20, boy. John, 60, boy. Rose, 80, girl. Donde, 20, boy. It's a good name. Susie, 60, girl. And then Kayla, 70, girl. All right. So here we go. It's asking us, what observations can you make from the dot plot? Okay, so I noticed that most of my zeros for my boys are down here in the lower portion, and most of my girls over here, and the red X's are in the top right. So what are some of the observations I can make? The number of blogs that the students read per month range from 10 to 100, and the average number of blogs read per month is probably around 50. Okay, and let's look at this. So let's see. Ranges from 10 to 100 blogs. Okay, and then we can say roughly ABER average between is probably around 50. Okay, it's probably right about here. Okay, it's probably right about in the middle as far as for the averages. Okay, so if I think about the mean number of boys, so let's describe the distribution of data values for each of the boys and the girls. Okay, so if you guys remember from the other day, we're looking at our distribution, which means I want to know, does this look symmetrical to me? Does it look skewed left or does it look skewed right? And if I look at just the orange, okay, I have a little hump right here that kind of looks like that. That's what's going on. And then I have another little hump right here that looks like that. That's kind of what's going on. So to me, the data between the two is symmetrical. Okay, it looks and appears to be symmetrical for both sets of data. Okay. All right, analyze the data values on your dot plot for the boys and for the girls. Estimate the mean number of blogs the boys read in a month. Mark the mean on your dot plot with a B and explain how you determined your estimate. Okay. So if I look at the mean number of boys, so I have 10, 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 30, 40, 40, and then I've got one over here at 60. Okay. It looks to me that my mean number is probably somewhere around in here. Okay, somewhere around in the 30s. All right, I feel like I missed a 20. 1, 2, 3. I did miss a 20. There we go. I know I was missing something. All right, it looks like the mean number of boys is right there. So the mean number of blogs is about 30. Okay. And it appears that the boys' data are mostly almost symmetrical, so that the mean is probably in the middle of the data points. Okay. So data seems symmetrical. Making the mean near the middle. Okay, now let's take a look at for the girls. So if I look over here at the girls, I've got 3, 3, 2, 2, and 1. So it looks like the girls' mean data is probably somewhere around in here at the 70s. Okay, with this one being symmetrical as well, it's probably somewhere around in the middle. And so probably around in the middle of my data set would be in the 70s. So mean number of blogs is about 70. Data seems symmetrical. Making the data mean near the middle. Okay. All right. Number 5, calculate the actual mean number of blogs the girls read in a month. Okay. All right. So if we remember to calculate the mean, we add all up and then divide by number of what we have. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here. So the numbers that we have for the girls, I'm going to just write them very quickly here. We have 50 and then 60, 60, 60, plus 70, 70, 70, plus 80, plus 80, plus 100. Just want to make sure we don't have a 90. All right, well, I do know that 50 and 60 is 110. That's 120, 140, 150, 180. That's 130, 190. Let's see. Let's go ahead and do 130 plus 190. So let me grab a calculator really fast because we've got a couple of big numbers. 130 plus 190. That's 320 plus 180. 500. And that's going to be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Did I add these up correctly? 50 plus 60 plus 60 plus 60 plus 70 plus 70 plus 70 plus 80 plus 80 plus 100. Wow, I am way off. It's supposed to be 700. Divided by 10, which is going to get me to 70. I knew I was off somewhere. 70 is 140. I'm trying to see where I messed up at. 2 plus 60, 110. 60 plus 60, 120. 110 plus 120 plus 140. Oh, I messed up right here. It's supposed to be 230, and that's supposed to be 290. That's where I messed up. Okay. All right, calculate the mean number of boys that they read in each month. So we're going to have 10 plus 20 plus 20 plus 20 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30 plus 40 plus 40. And then one way out here at 60. We'll have 30, 40, 60, 70, 100, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 70, be 130, 200 plus 100 is 300, and then 300, and there are 10 boys divided by 10, which is 30. So this is the real mean for the boys and the girls at 70 and 30. So what observations can you make about the spread of your two datas? Well, going back and looking at our two dot plots, it seems to have the same spread in the number of blocks read per month. The data values for the boys is 10 to 60, and which means the range is about 50 blocks. And the data values for the girls is 50 to 100, making the range about 50. Okay, so I'm going to write this down for you guys. Both datas sets blocks read per month. Boys, they range from 10 to 50, and girls range from 50 to 100, making the range about 50 per set. There we go. Making the range about 50%. If you guys have any questions, please let us know.